Hey Sag, how are you? Welcome, welcome. This is a general reading for the collective of Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. As a general reading for the collective, it may not speak to everyone, so just take what resonates for you, leave the rest. All quiet on the Western Front, Sag. We have all planets are direct, so that you should be feeling all the gears starting to loosen up. And we do have Mars chasing Venus in the sky. They will come together and join hands. Mars catches Venus somewhere around Valentine's Day or shortly thereafter. So I've been saying the 14th to the 16th. But it's really a process of about a week long. So it only happens once every 18 months or so. So it's a really lovely experience. 18 to 24 months, I should say. Remember, Mars, divine masculine planet, Venus, divine feminine planet, and he's chasing her, so it's really sweet. And I thought I would play off that energy. So let me get to your oracle. I'm pulling from Spirit Animal Oracle. All present energy, trying to get some messages of clarity here. You got card 36, Koi Fish Spirit. There is always enough. Someone else got this too. There's always enough, but you got it in protection. So when it comes through in protection, Sag, it's a message that it's time to sort of change or fine-tune your inner beliefs about scarcity and or being enough, right? When we receive messages that imprint on us that somehow we're not enough, eventually it kind of bleeds into our emotional body, and we operate from that, maybe even hidden beliefs. So it's time to change that inner belief about not being enough. Find prosperity within by upping your spiritual practice, because that'll get you more centered. Remember who you are and all that you have to offer. And then perform an act of kindness. This card always says perform an act of kindness, because it will reinforce the understanding and the fresh belief that you are enough and that you have something to give to someone else. So I love that message for you. The next one I love even more. Card 21, Dove Spirit, Be Peace. So embrace the energy of peace and allow compassion to warm your heart. Embody tranquility, and peace will rise up within you. So it's both of these cards are talking about embodying something that may be contrary to your outer experience. Both cards are calling you inward, so I think that's of note. And you're being reminded here of the beauty in the harmony in all of existence, in everything that is. There are yin and yang and up and down and on and off and in and out and all the balancing that brings us into harmony. So I love that message. And then you got the last card out is card 16. 1 and 6 is 7. Nice spiritual number. Coyote Spirit, trust in divine detours. And again, it came out in protection. So the detour here, Sag, is Spirit's way of realigning you to your path. Something better may be beckoning for you. And so Spirit's just kind of like the mother duck with the ducklings, realigning you onto your path. And Spirit's message is, if you learn your lessons in the situation and lighten your heart a bit, you'll soon see that even though the path may be crooked and take some detours, it is the right one. You are on the right path. No, such good messages coming through. Yours was a little more spiritually centered. For the moment, I hope I don't struggle with this deck. I literally dumped an entire cup of coffee at this desk. And this poor deck, which is one of my favorites, took the brunt of it. I mean, it went into this entire tray of all my decks. I had to kind of pour coffee out of the bottom of it was a disaster. So I'm using it just to kind of make sure I don't have to order a new one. Lost half a day to manually drying off each and every card in all my decks, but this one somehow, I don't know if you can see, that's all coffee stains here. Okay, so let's see what's going on in your connection. Sagittarius, this is a true love spread, and the extended is a Valentine spread. all in honor of the Mars-Venus conjunction. So let's see what's coming through. Oh, yeah, see? Someone's trying to clear the air. I think this may be you here, Sag, sitting in some regrets. Oh, wow. What's on the bottom? Three of Pentacles. Yeah. It's going to require some cooperation coming together to take this connection and improve upon it and build something, build a more solid foundation. That's another message that has been coming through a lot. But here's the position of the cards. So this would represent your current feelings, attitudes, or experiences. And, you know, you're kind of looking back with some regret or with just sadness and grief, something that didn't come off the way you wanted it to. And that's difficult because it's backward facing and it's reinforcing that belief that maybe you're not enough. I will draw your attention to the Two of Cups right behind you. And that is that soul bond. This person is showing up in the person you're thinking of, the Knight of Swords. They're feeling a sense of urgency to clear the air. They may want to make things right, or at least make something very clear and speak their piece in some way, shape, or form. I'm going to clarify all of it. Don't worry. This card is the connection card, right? It's sort of like the thing that brings you together, and that is long-term potential. This is one of those relationships that, gosh, it just came through for Scorpio too, that this could go the distance. Given the opportunity, it could go the distance. There's a lot here between you that's very good and very stable and very grounded, and that has an eye toward longevity. Here's your strength. Interesting. The relationship strength is that ability to kind of go within to find clarity. The Two of Swords is a crossroads energy as well. So it sort of leads me to believe that if you could just, in that moment where you think, well, I'm reaching a crossroads, you can go within to get clarity on a decision that needs to be made. So you're both in this way, shape, and form. You're both kind of thinkers. You take time to process. Now, where you have a challenge here is in the Eight of Cups. Someone may have walked away, or this could be, you know, walking away from things that don't serve the connection on an emotional level, like if there happens to be any drama. I'm saying that because I'm seeing someone in sadness and feeling a sense of grief and loss and despair, and I'm seeing someone trying to clear the air. So that's what I'm talking about. If there's drama between you or something emotionally dissatisfying, and there may be challenges with how that is dealt with. Someone may just split. And when what really needs to happen is you need to draw on the strength of your ability to process it first and get clarity before you take any unnecessary action, or take an action that maybe turns out to be more avoidant, if that makes sense. And then here is the True Love card, identifying the potential for this relationship to be successful. We don't know. Hanged Man, right? It's all up in the air. It's up for debate. So the Hanged Man waits for clarity, waits for insight, waits for enlightenment. Hanged Man doesn't take action. There is no movement. There's sort of a surrender to higher wisdom and insight. Yeah, it can be difficult. Can be difficult in that position especially. So let's take a look at the Five of Cups. I mean, on the one hand, there's a good energy about this, Sag, because the Hanged Man delays their need for instant gratification. They sort of give it over to the situation. And so I do sort of like that, because I do feel that there's been something here that feels like it's been a futile effort. And if one person sort of walks away, or if any harsh words happen to be spoken, which can be the case, and someone's left feeling wounded on an emotional level, sometimes it's good to go to neutral corners, right? To pull back and really take the big picture, the 30,000 foot view of what's really going on from their perspective, from your perspective, from all angles, or with fresh eyes. So I'm going to kind of reframe that for you to say that, yeah, well, it's the jury's out. It's okay because it's coming from a higher place. And it's not like either of you are going in a different direction and playing in someone else's sandbox. That's not what I see happening here, at least not now. So let's look at the Five of Cups. There's the Hanged Man. Yeah, well, whoever you are, you could be the Sag, you could be a cross-watcher. You're kind of over hanging out. You're over it. It is around this divine masculine energy, 10 of Wands. I feel like you just, kind of want to offload the negative, heavy energy that comes with that Five of Cups. You've been sort of hanging out in the matrix, twisting in the wind, and it just seems to me like that is not working for you. Let's see the Knight of Swords. All right, so, okay, you may be pleasantly surprised. I feel like this person is waiting for the right time to make their move, to come towards you and clear the air, because with this Knight of Swords, really good Six of Swords, Temperance, and Two of Cups. And I'm even looking at this person, Sag. This is a Sagittarian card, the Temperance, with those two cups in hand. There they are. Right? So the Two of Cups is sort of visually appearing to me as this person knows the value of this connection, understands there's a soul bond here. And they do want to move to calmer waters and get beyond, the drama of it all. But they're waiting for all the energies to come into flow and balance. With Temperance, there's more self-control and restraint, right? There's more delaying the need for instant gratification. So it's like, in a way, they're kind of mirroring you, but I feel you're the one hanging here. And this is the person that needs to take the action before you just throw in the towel. But I'm feeling like this person's being very wise with the timing of all of it. Like they're feeling a sense of urgency, but they're not acting on impulse. They're waiting for something. They've got this patience thing going. They're waiting for the energies to kind of transmute. So we're going to put a pin in that. 10 of Pentacles. The connection card. Yeah. Again, it's a choice on how you have to determine what you want. And I feel that if the two of you were on the same path at the same time, remember, trust in divine detours is one of the cards you got, Sag. And this is about really reacclimating to your path and determining what you want so that the heartache kind of dissipates, so you can dispense with it. So in essence, the Three Swords just sort of fall out because you know that there's potential here and you want to take the path that leads to some growth and stability. And underneath, again, the Lover's card, another card of choice. So I do feel like there are choices being made. The two of Wands, the Two of Cups, even the Temperance. There's a choice there. There's patience and wisdom, but there's still choices being made. And I feel like there, if you can get beyond whatever it was that created the sadness, that created the sense of loss, that created an environment where someone either walked away or put something on a back burner, even maybe. Hanged Man feels back burner-ish energy. While something else was being worked out, I kind of feel if you choose it and if you want it, that 10 of Pentacles is available for you in this connection. Really nice. So, and the strength is the ability to pull back and take the time needed to make those kinds of decisions, to get the mental clarity around it. There's the King of Swords, King of Wands, and the Justice card. Someone's trying to sort through a situation that feels where they need emotional distance from it. And I don't think it's with you. And I think that that's part of the strength of the connection, is someone is sort of operating from higher standards and ideals of honor and integrity. There's something they have to do and they have to do it the right way. And they're kind of relying on their ability to go within and get clear. I'm feeling it's coming from the King of Swords. The Knight of Swords to the King of Swords, because then we get the King of Wands. And then through that moment of clarity, it all changes, and this person sees very clearly what they want, and then they know exactly how to go about getting it, how to restore the balance, how to provide a sense of fairness. And it may even involve a formalized determination, a formalized dealing with whatever the situation is that brought in the heartache, for both of you, actually. So that's a strength, but it's coming more from this side. Eight of Cups. Yeah, there's like fits and starts here. That's part of the weakness, part of the challenge. Eight of Cups, the Fool. One of you ready to take a leap, the other one splits. There's either somebody else in the mix sabotaging. Could be, excuse me, self-sabotage on at least one of your parts, maybe both of you, but there's still underneath this exhaustion, this fatigue, this sort of like, wait a minute, fits and starts. I'm ready to go. You're walking away. What the heck is this? And it feels like it's a little bit of a game that gets played, and that's something that doesn't serve the connection well. The Nine of Wands adds to the frustration and the exhaustion of it. It's very stressful. I do feel like sometimes when you get into this zone here, it's just like somebody wants to just throw in the towel and give it all up. And I feel that's coming from your energy over here. I realize this whole thing could be switched, but I'm talking to this person. That's the energy I feel I'm mainly speaking to at this moment. Because I'm seeing the Ten of Wands too. It's just like I'm waiting for this. I'm steeped. I can't kind of let go of the heaviness in my heart. I feel like I'm like hanging out in the matrix, as I said. And then underneath over here where there's a weakness is like, I don't know how much longer I can hang on. Because this just doesn't feel like it was, it's a fair deal at all. With that Five of Swords. And I believe... No, that was for Scorpio. Sorry, I got confused. If you're dealing with a Scorpio, these readings are very similar. Or if you have Scorpio energy in your chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, you may want to watch that if you haven't. There's a lot of crossover here between these readings. Anyway, so that's the challenge, is being like not setting each other up for a fall, or the connection that just keeps getting sabotaged by two different approaches to a problem. And it seems like somebody gets ready to leap forward and the other person just flakes out. Hanged Man. If you can heal this hanged energy, I feel like there's great potential for success here. Hanged Man, Four of Swords, Sun. So since you're the one sitting over here in the Hanged Man energy, it feels to me like if that could get resolved by whatever means or methods, Queen of Swords is underneath, right? Truth seeker, truth teller. If you can find out some truths about what this whole thing is about, or what this person's process is even, because even though the Two of Swords is that moment where somebody's going within to find clarity, it is coming through as a strength, or at least attached to good intentions. That's what I'm seeing. And everything balances out in the end as far as I can see right here. And I feel like if that is the case, if you can get your questions answered, if you can sort of not get overly emotional, look at it more from an intellectual point of view, something a little bit more practical. Even it could go a long way to provide the healing needed for the happiness to come in this connection. So I do feel there's great potential going forward in this connection, provided you can heal this sense of the issue around the Hanged Man energy. The Hanged Man isn't bad. It's just that I'm not feeling that there's a lot of explanation. I feel like you don't have a lot of answers for why you're left twisting in the wind here. And you maybe are surrendering to it, but I don't think you're surrendering to it joyfully. There is a difference. Okay, and we do have the Knight of Cups on the bottom. That is a great energy overall to say that love is available here if someone would just come forward from their heart, wearing their heart on their sleeve with nothing to hide. I do feel that there's a great potential for some serious healing in this relationship. Okay, so if this is resonating for you, the link to the extended is below. It's a whole different spread. We're looking at themes in this connection, challenges in the connection beyond what we've already tapped into here, growth zones, romance zones. It's really a good spread. Who showed up? We have the Hanged Man twice is Pisces. Emperor is Aries. Temperance is Sagittarian energy. Lovers is Gemini. King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag. Justice is Libra. The Fool is more Aquarian energy. The Sun is Leo. Oh, we had the King and Queen of Swords. Good intellectual match between you, that's for sure. So that's who showed up. That's your oracle. I hope it provided some insight and aha moments for you, and the links below. I'll see you over on the other side or in a future reading. Bye for now, Sag.